Let the face slapping and hair pulling begin. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 primetime soap operas. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most popular, influential, or long-lasting soaps that aired during an evening time slot. We'll be saving international and daytime soaps for another time, however, as both of those categories deserve a list of their own.
Come on, Maggie, it's time to leave.
No.
Number 10, The OC.
Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
Okay.
For many TV fans, the primetime soap opera is a world strictly from the 1970s and 80s. The genre has never truly gone away, however, as evidenced by the popularity of this mid-2000s series.
So, what do you think of Newport?
I think I can get in less trouble where I'm from.
The OC followed the lives of rich and privileged teens from Orange County, California, and quickly earned strong ratings and a devoted fan following.
Welcome to the dark side.
The cast was full of talented performers, including Melinda Clarke, Peter Gallagher, and Tate Donovan, as well as plenty of fresh-faced youngsters like Misha Barton and Rachel Bilson.
Okay, so then you don't really like Zach.
No, I mean, yes. Shut up.
The OC lasted nearly 5 years on the air before it was canceled, but proved that soaps could thrive through the millennium and beyond.
Maybe I can't be just friends with you.
Well then, I guess maybe this is it for us.
Number 9, Falcon Crest.
You're making a terrible mistake.
Mother, we have gone through all this before.
Now you sit down.
Falcon Crest may not be the most famous of the big-name primetime soaps that dominated network TV in the 80s, but it's still fondly remembered by fans of its initial run.
Don't you see that Dwayne is so much like Douglas? I mean, he's hard-headed and uncompromising, and darling, it just won't last.
The show was the creation of Walton's brainchild Earl Hamner Jr., but this was anything but family-friendly television, instead trying to piggyback on the soap success of shows like Dallas.
I came along because I want you to know I share your grief.
The only thing we share is the land you stole from Falcon Crest.
Still, all of the family intrigue and wine country club opulence made for fun television, while a snappy theme song ensured that Falcon Crest would forever remain in the conversation when it came to 80s primetime soaps. Number 8, One Tree Hill.
Want it all.
Offering further proof that soaps weren't just for older generations stuck at home, One Tree Hill earned an impressive television run from 2003 to 2012, capturing and retaining audience attention with its evolving storylines.
You're my best friend, and I would never cut you out for a guy. Okay? No matter who he is, or how happy he makes me.
The show primarily dealt with high school sports and romance drama, but took things further by following its main characters of Lucas and Nathan Scott as they entered college and beyond.
It's you, Peyton.
One Tree Hill was also notable for bucking the trend of soaps normally being the exclusive dominion of network television by being one of the CW's longest-running programs from any genre.
Thank you for believing in me, Haley.
Thank you for being worth it.
Number 7, Peyton Place.
Do you know who the father is?
Of course I do.
I had to ask.
The debut of Peyton Place was a big deal for soap opera fans when it debuted in 1964, as it had already enjoyed big-time popularity as a novel and feature film.
What if it were our daughter? If it were Allison? Wouldn't you want somebody to interfere to say, drop them a postcard, at least to let them know you're alive?
Small-town drama and gossip dominate the storylines of Peyton Place, with the network hoping to mimic the success of shows like Coronation Street in the UK. The real standout about Peyton Place was how many huge stars went through its ranks, including Mia Farrow, Ryan O'Neal, Lana Wood, and Christopher Connolly.
Did she ask you to keep this a secret from me?
She didn't have to ask.
This high level of acting talent is just one of the reasons why Peyton Place is still remembered today.
Goodbye, Stephen. And I mean goodbye.
Number 6, Melrose Place.
The guy's bad news, Allison. Susan thinks so too.
We move from one place to another, and they couldn't be more different. Melrose Place was a spin-off from Beverly Hills 90210, more on that later, which just seems like a formula for almost certain success. But the show was nearly over before it could even begin.
Well, since you're free tonight, you want to go grab some dinner?
I would love to.
This is due to the inaugural season of Melrose Place being somewhat well, boring. It wasn't until the show really started amping up the tawdry, trashy behavior and outrageous storylines that the denizens of this housing complex started finding an audience.
Who only wanted to make you happier than you've ever been in your life.
Of course, the addition of iconic TV life preserver Heather Locklear as the villainous Amanda Woodward didn't hurt things either.
To tell you the truth, Amanda, I am tired of playing by the rules.
Then you better watch your step, because I can play dirty too, and trust me, I will.
Number 5, Knots Landing.
Sure, I'm real smart when it comes to other people's lives. Isn't everybody?
Although it's true that Knots Landing was a successful spin-off from 80s mega soap Dallas, the origins of the series actually predate the Ewing family saga, as the original Knots Landing concept was rejected by network execs in 1977.
What's the matter?
Sid's been in a car accident.
What?
Creator David Jacobs would get his second chance after Dallas became a hit, however, allowing Knots Landing to be officially spun off into its own series.
Will somebody please listen to me? My children are being stolen and nobody seems to care!
The show kicked off with Gary and Valine Ewing moving away from Texas to a California cul-de-sac, although crossovers between Dallas characters and the new Knots Landing cast would keep both shows fresh in the minds of their audiences.
It's gonna be okay.
Just try and keep up with all the storylines.
Well, who'd you expect, Sherlock Holmes?
Number 4, Desperate Housewives.
Oh, Mary Alice, what did you do?
There was some big-time star power behind Desperate Housewives, giving the show a huge buzz before it even hit the air. Nicolette Sheridan, Marcia Cross, Eva Longoria, Terry Hatcher, and Felicity Huffman brought a collective amount of big and small screen experience to the series, which gave Desperate Housewives an instant leg up against its competition.
Get in the house! Now!
The show was immediately welcomed by both fans and critics, thanks to storylines that balanced equal parts steam and mystery with a darkly comedic edge.
Be a good person. Knock yourself out.
Desperate Housewives was also something of a modern soap institution, lasting an impressive 8 seasons before finally saying goodbye to Wisteria Lane in 2012.
I know you're having a hard time, but please hold it together. I'm trying. Try harder.
Number 3, Beverly Hills 90210.
So you're Brandon's sister, huh?
Yeah, I'm Brandon's sister.
We mentioned earlier how Melrose Place was spun off from this series, but Beverly Hills 90210 wasn't the first rodeo for legendary television producer Aaron Spelling, not by a long shot.
See, I like him. If any of you have a problem with that, well, it's too bad.
The incredibly knowledgeable and talented Spelling had been knocking out hit TV series and movies for decades, including producing T.J. Hooker and Charlie's Angels.
You better be careful. Someone might think you like me.
Let's dance.
Beverly Hills 90210 was a natural progression for Spelling, presenting good-looking young people dealing with the everyday drama of high school and beyond.
Don't do that if you don't mean it.
I mean it.
You're in trouble now.
90210 also ran for an impressive 10 years, making it one of Spelling's most successful series, while at the same time proving that soap operas weren't just for adults.
I'm just looking out for your interests.
Good. And you're going.
Number 2, Dynasty.
I wanted to come back. I wanted my revenge. My sweet, sweet revenge.
There are few programs as synonymous with the primetime soap as the dazzling, deliriously trashy Dynasty. The show speaks largely to the fascination with fame and fortune that dominated 1980s culture, yet has no problems depicting the wealthy and fabulous getting down in the mud, sometimes literally, and behaving oh so very badly.
I'll use you for what you are and for what you've done. And if they don't set my father free, I won't rest until I pay you back.
Dynasty had a lot of famous people in its cast, including Heather Locklear, John Forsythe, and Linda Evans. But for many, the show is all about one character, Alexis Colby.
I'm glad to see that your father had your teeth fixed, if not your tongue.
Joan Collins simply killed as the scheming, seductive, and treacherous ex-wife of Forsythe's Blake Carrington, while her catfights with Blake's current wife Crystal are the stuff of soap opera legend.
You miserable bitch!
Before we name our number 1 primetime soap, here are a few tawdry honorable mentions.
Your lunch, Mr. McDermott.
That's hot. You know what Uncle James will call that, don't you? A big fat hit. We're growing up, Dawson, that's all. I mean, even Spielberg outgrew his Peter Pan syndrome.
Number 1, Dallas.
We do want an heir to head the family into business for the next generation.
The odds are pretty good that you know our number 1 pick, even if you've never watched a soap opera in your life. Dallas was must-see TV long before that phrase was imagined, entering the cultural landscape and public consciousness almost instantly with its excellent soap opera storytelling.
What do you think you're doing marrying a Ewing?
Marrying a man.
Larry Hagman's J.R. Ewing was at the center of a national debate when the Who Shot J.R. cliffhanger aired. While Dallas also boasted an all-star ensemble cast, which included Victoria Principal, Patrick Duffy, Charlene Tilton, George Kennedy, and even Donna Reed.
It's time for this family to start again.
Oh, and then there's that all-time banger theme song, which is probably still stuck in the heads of 80s kids to this very day. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.